What's up, YouTube? Full and Speaks here. Well, as the story goes, on a chilly March night, on a Thursday, it happened. The Philadelphia 76ers get shellacked by the Brooklyn Nets, led by Kevin Durant, and believe it or not, Seth Curry. This was a game I didn't expect to go the way it went. But hell, it happened. You know, sometimes in basketball, there are just those games, man, where one team, just comes in razor sharp focused and bringing their A game, playing in ways you have not seen them play all year. Though I will say the game prior to our game, the Brooklyn Nets did put forth a great effort against the Charlotte Hornets, where they scored over 120 in that game. James Harden looked bad. He looked bad. His step back three wasn't falling. And when that doesn't fall, due to what I think is a lack of a mid-range game, James Harden decides, okay, I'm going to go to the free throw line. He pretty much has two ways of scoring, or three ways. The three-pointer, typically the step-back three, gets to the rack and scores, or he gets to the free throw line from getting fouled from either the shot or getting to the rack. This is like the problem with James Harden when it comes to scoring on offense. He has a lot of other good things as far as his passing, his playmaking, his court vision, all of that. But for some reason, it was limited last night. Joel Embiid was great, was good. He was out there fighting. And because of that, he was able to drop about a good 27. But the star of the night, the man who was on a mission to not be stopped, without a doubt, was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant said, you know what? Fuck this. As far as this MVP crap with Embiid, people saying Embiid is just as skilled as me. All of that. And that dude was on a mission. Started out 7 of 8. He ain't give a damn if it was a 3-point shot, if it was a damn mid-range shot, whatever it was, getting to the rack. KD was just on a fucking mission, period. As for me, am I 100% surprised this happened? Somewhat, but I understand why it happened. Despite the hot start the Sixers have had, 5-0, this and that, it's not about, okay, before it was the Knicks. I don't want to hear that shit. The Knicks took the Phoenix Suns to the brink the other night. The Knicks actually beat, who was it? Very respectable team. I can't remember right now. I'm a little discombobulated. It's not about, okay, you didn't beat the Knicks or you beat the Knicks, so that means you can't beat Brooklyn. No, you trust me, you can go out there, lose to the Knicks, turn around and beat Brooklyn. That's the way basketball works. But it's about matchups and it's about game planning for that particular opponent on that particular night. On this particular night, we didn't have it. And I'm going to tell you why. To beat the Brooklyn Nets is similar to beating like the old LeBron James led Miami Heat teams. If you look at the formula was what Greg Popovich had with the Spurs. You let LeBron and Dwayne Wade with their individual greatness go off and do their little one-on-one bullshit, which can be effective at certain times, but it's not a championship formula, in my opinion. You let them do their little one-on-one bullshit while you play your defense and run your offense. Whatever that offense is, you run it. The system that you employ, you run it. And you trust that system. You play consistently according to the system. And at times you allow the system to open up the game for your players. The Sixers didn't do any of that last night. First of all, we started off lackluster on defense. Though the defensive effort was there early on, is that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were just on some shit for a minute. They were just on one. They were just going to make whatever. They're making some impossible stuff and all of that. Now, what you do is you don't get distracted by that. You continue to run your system, but no, what we did was the Sixers got caught up in the one-on-one bullshit. James Harden trying to prove to Kyrie, hey, man, I'm better than you, just as good as you. Nigga, we're going to do this tonight. Joel Embiid getting caught up in the Kevin Durant bull crap. I got to go out here and get my 40 so that I can be MVP and all of that crap. I want Ben Simmons to see this. Seth Curry, though he did the same thing. He wanted to prove something to Maxey. He wanted to prove something to Doc Rivers, his father-in-law. All of that was going on. What got exposed tonight was the fact that the Sixers have a long way to go in terms of running offensive sets, especially with the additions of James Harden and DeAndre Jordan. All right. What is the identity of the offense? Is it going to be just Harden's individual greatness and Embiid's individual greatness? Is it just going to be the two-man game between these two? Right? Is that it? No. You got to run an offense that incorporates everyone. There wasn't as much ball movement, man, as we usually have. It wasn't as much as that because you let this joker right here, number 7, distract you from that. Now I understand it. He can. Boy's a beast. I give him that. He showed last night, hey, look here. I'm the best in the league. And maybe he is. Maybe. Offensively anyway. That doesn't mean he can't be beat, can't be stopped. If it was just that simple, he'd win every year. And he doesn't. But at any rate, shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. They came out there more prepared, more ready to go than we were. You know, what I thought might be a statement, or making a statement turns into, hey, well, you got to learn a lesson, okay? Sometimes a teaching moment can be more valuable than making a statement. And hopefully what the Sixers will do, they take this, go back to the drawing board, allow this to make you humble, to humble you. Look at what happened. Go back to the drawing board. All right? Work on those things that you haven't had a lot of time to work on. Perfect those things because, hey, look, in less than 20 games, you got the playoffs. But for now, of course, you know, Stephen A. Smith going to talk his shit in First Take, of course. Right? Same thing going to happen. Broussard, all these other guys, you know, who started to lean towards Philly's going to say, oh, this is why Brooklyn, if healthy, you know, they can't be stopped. They beat everybody. Yeah, well, we'll see. I know the key to beating them, man, is just play real basketball. Play some good, sound team basketball, some strong defense. It'll beat guys like that every time. Because there's going to be them days when Durant ain't shooting 7 of 8. And Kyrie ain't making all those impossible shots. And Seth Curry, well, we know him. You know, he looked really good that last night. Trust me. He won't look like that next time. All right? He's a 16-point-a-night guy. He's not a 25, 30-point guy. Anyway, man, that's all I got, man. Till next time. Peace.